what you're going to do is put something underneath here. Because one, if you notice, like when the knee is flush against the table, you're not going to be able to line your goniometer just right. So your axis is going to be like right in here. This is your lateral epicondyle of your femur bone. Okay, you should feel that little bump there. And then, so this is where your axis is going to go. Your stationary arm is going to be lined up to the femur. Your movable arm is going to be lined up to the fibula, okay? So all you're doing here is like saying, I'm going to kind of start them off at 0, and then, oh, this is bad. All right. Just go, no, it's because of the angle, because like you're flexing a little bit. It's like, yeah, I don't want you to fall off, because this is not a bad example. So you'd be like this. I probably should have done it on the bed. So from here, what I would do is say, can you bend your knee? You know, just bend your knee up as much as you can. So just, and you're just going to kind of fall. It's going to be similar to, like, say if you're doing your elbow. Okay. So this is all you're doing. So this is 0 to. Can you do more? More? You got any more?
Probably not.
Okay, so
Not
you're
G's.
136, so you're good.
Okay.
You're normal.
Thank goodness.
Okay? And then ideally, like when you're doing extension, okay, with this being here, and this is, and what all you're really doing is asking your patient to kind of, you know, lock their knee. So all you would do is just say, I want you to lock your knee as much as you can. And so typically, if you're doing knee extension, you would start off from that flex position, so which would be like 140, I said 136, and then he's going to go down to about 0. Can you do more?
Nope.
0. So there's no hyperextension there. Okay?
So how would you read the numbers?
So you would say 136 to 0?
Yep, 136 to 0. So he's got full extension. And then if he had more than that, I would say, you know, 5 degrees of hyperextension or 10 degrees of hyperextension. And I'll show you some video clips when you see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
What usually causes that sort of
injury,
hypertension?
weakness, weakness. And yeah, injury can happen, yeah. Okay. So, and then for ankle, oh, you have high tops on, so with your ankle, I don't know if anybody has like shorty socks on or. Okay. All right, you relax. Can I So with this, you're going to have their, you can have them sitting up, and you want their foot to, you know, to hang off the edge of like the table, okay? So you're going to find their malleolus, and you're actually going to go inferior to the malleolus. So when you're actually testing your partner, you want to make sure that their shoe comes off, okay? So the idea is you're using your little goniometer, and basically your stationary arm is going to be lined up to the fibula, and then your movable arm is actually going to be lined up to your metatarsal bones. So basically it's going to sit on top, so it's not going to be lined up just right, just kind of like when you're doing like wrist flexion and extension, it's going to be more parallel. So all you're really doing is you're going to start them off at 0, and then what you would do is say, when you're doing dorsiflexion, you would just say, can you bring your toes up towards your nose, and then so, and then you would go at, so this is I'd have to take her shoe off. So, and then, so from here, so I'm getting like 2 degrees, but I think it's her shoe.
My ankles actually
Oh,
don't go all the way
it
up,
doesn't
so-
go all the way up? Okay, so then I'm probably right on? Okay. How about pointing your toes down? Okay, Okay, so that's one. So again, so this is plantar flexion. So when you're gonna start off at 0, okay?
So 0 is 90 degrees.
Yes, it's gonna be 90 degrees. And then so from what I'm gonna do here, and this one, because I'm trying to read everybody's goniometer, every goniometer is so different. So from here, when she's at 0, then I'm gonna have her point her toes down. And then this one I'm gonna, let's see. 10, 20, 30, 36. She's 36 degrees. So 0 to 36. What did you say the axis was? The axis is gonna be the inferior, it's gonna be your malleolus, but it's gonna be inferior to your malleolus. So it's just kind of like when you're thinking of your epicondyle, where the point, it's not gonna be this bump, it's gonna be more inferior. So the same thing, there's like a point down here, you're gonna go inferior to this bone that's protruding out. Pretty simple. You think you got that? All right. Think you understand the knee? Pretty easy. It's just the same thing as your elbow. Don't feel, you remember too, like when the axis, you're going to have to reposition your axis a little bit in your arms, and that's perfectly fine. So you want to make sure you get the accurate assessment. And then same thing with your ankle. It's literally going to kind of sit a little bit up high. So don't feel like it's going to be like smack dab, like right on top of that tarsal. It's going to be more parallel. Okay? This is lined up